going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. I got a few quick stories to tell today while I play some Minecraft. And you know what? I think I'm going to mainly just start terraforming that area over there. And I don't know, maybe work on this building a little bit while I tell these stories. So let's get right into it. Alright, so this story is called Today I Messed Up by Pretending to be a Student at a High School and Lost a Job Offer because of it. This happened a few months after I graduated from high school. I had to go drop something off at the guidance office for my brother, who was still in school. So I visited the campus, dropped off the paperwork, and left the office to leave. The bell rang and classes started transitioning to the next class period. On my way out, I saw a cute girl I used to talk to. So I decided to walk to her class and catch up with her before I left. We got to her English class, and there was a sub. I think I wanted to impress her, or at least keep talking to her, so I chose to sit in that class right next to her. They were taking a quiz on the Crucible. The teacher was out for a week and left the materials for the sub. So I just kept my head low sitting next to this girl and took the quiz. When it was done, we were all chatting quietly. When the sub started taking attendance, she noticed that I did not look familiar, as she had subbed there a day or two prior. And she asked my name, and I froze. Didn't really know what to say or do, but she saw I was not on the roster, so she called the vice principal to take care of this issue. I was terrified because this did not play out the way I thought it would. Sit through the class, bell rings, then I leave. But anyways, I explained myself to the vice president with 100% honesty as he walked me out of the building. He laughed at it and understood where I was coming from. I did not get in trouble for trespassing or anything like that. So fast forward 10 years later, and I'm applying for jobs to be an English teacher all over the state. I applied to my alma mater, and they called me in for an interview. As I'm signing in, dressed to impress, and ready to crush this interview, the secretary takes a long, hard look at me, and she asks if I was the boy who sat on in her class when I was not supposed to. Surprise! That sub is now the secretary to the principal. She rolled her eyes at me as I had been seared into her memory after that day 10 years ago. Even though I did well at the interview, I did not get a call back. I wonder why. And that's where the story ends. Wow. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like it's kind of weird how the secretary was like that mad about it even 10 years later. But I mean, it's also kind of weird to just like sit in a high school class when you just graduated. But honestly, I mean, yeah, I think it's weird to hold that grudge as a teacher. But that was a really interesting story. Alright, this next story sounds really interesting. It's called Today I Messed Up by Telling My Girlfriend It's Safe to Put Styrofoam in the Oven Because, quote unquote, I've done it before. Wow, I assume something's going to go wrong here with the styrofoam, but let's get into it. Before I tell you about today, I need to start from the beginning. It all began 2 years ago during my university studies. The first time, it was a cold October night. I came home drunk with a kebab box and a broken microwave. The food was cold, so I did what any drunk idiot would do. Set the oven to 225 Celsius, tossed it in, and went to bed scrolling on TikTok. After a while, the small part of my brain that was still working made me realize my foolish mistake. I rushed to the kitchen. The box was half melted, but I was still starving, so I tried to eat anyways. And it tasted exactly like melted plastic. Close call. Fast forward a week. I'm drunk again, with leftovers in a plastic box. But this time I've learned. I put the food on a plate. Getting smarter, alright. The microwave's still broken, so into the oven it goes. A few minutes later I realize, hold on, can plates crack in the oven? Yes, they can. I ran back, found the plate split in half, burned my fingers trying to grab it, and ended up eating from one half and then the other. No plastic this time, so I called it progress. Wow, this is really determined to just eat this food. The second time. A week later. Same situation. Broken microwave, drunk me, kebab in styrofoam. But now I'm experienced. I decided last time I had just put it in too long. I timed it perfectly, rushed to the oven, and yep, the styrofoam has melted again. At least I didn't eat it. Only a fool makes the same mistake twice. I swore it would never happen again. Today. 2 years later, I'm a changed man. The oven no longer smells like chemicals. Life is good. My girlfriend and a few friends come over. We get a pizza and a kebab, but it's cold when we get home. Too much food for the microwave. My girlfriend asks, "Is it okay to put it in the oven?" And I, with full confidence, say, "Yeah, it's fine. I've done it before." Completely forgetting about the kebab. They load everything in. A few minutes pass, then it hits me. I rush to the kitchen. The kebab box, sitting on top of the pizza boxes, is melting into them. WTF. How do I even explain this? To make things worse, I later learned that you shouldn't put pizza boxes in the oven either. So that's two bad ideas at once. I'm now permanently banned from using the oven without supervision. Now this one's crazy. Like, I understand that the dude was drunk, but like, dude, you do not put like plastic or cardboard boxes in the microwave. Like, that is just like, or in the oven. You know, I mean, you can put like, I guess like those Tupperware containers as long as there's like a cover, but like, yeah, like you're not supposed to put that stuff in the microwave, like, you know, from restaurants. And like, I mean, at least I don't do that. If I'm putting it in the microwave, I'll put it on a plate, and then in the oven you can put it on like an oven rack or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy that this dude made that mistake like multiple times. But that was a pretty funny story. Let's get right to the next one. This next one is called "Today I Messed Up by Fixing the Garage Door Without Pants On." This one should be interesting. So this morning started off normal enough, which, in hindsight, should have been my first warning sign. Our power went out, which meant we had to manually open the garage door so I could take our son to school and head to work. That part went fine, or so I thought. Fast forward a few hours into the workday, I looked down and realized my jeans have ripped clean through the crotch. Like biblical levels of exposure. So I decided to head home early, thinking I'll just quietly change and maybe get some work done from home. Easy fix. Nope. When I get home, I discover that manually opening the garage door apparently broke the garage door. It won't open or close properly. So, I, being the capable man of the house, decided to fix it myself. My wife, ever helpful, says, "Hey, I could fix those pants for you." What she meant was she would fix them later. What I heard was, "Right now, please strip immediately." So naturally, I take my pants off in the garage and hand them to her. I'm now standing there in a sweater, socks, shoes, and boxer briefs. A true vision of competence and dignity. She warns me not to open the garage door because the neighbors might see. I, brimming with hubris, declare, "Nobody's going to see me. It'll be fine." It was not fine. Because when I finished fixing the door and opened it, I discovered I had left my car parked halfway out, driver's side door wide open. I have no choice but to dart out in my underwear to park it properly. And that's when I hear, "Oh, hi, I don't think we've met." It's our elderly neighbor, the one I've somehow never met before, now greeting me for the first time as I cling to the hood of my car, pantsless and panicking. She looks absolutely mortified, and I can't blame her. I was trapped, stranded on an island of shame. I couldn't retreat back into the garage, because it would have given her a full view of my boxer-clad glory, and I couldn't move forward to get into the car without further revealing myself. So I just froze there, gripping the hood like a raccoon caught in daylight. All I could manage to shout back is, "Oh, hi. Sorry, I don't have any pants on." And she just says, "Oh, okay," and walks away like she's seen this sort of thing before. I finally scramble into the car to hide, only to realize I don't have the keys. They're inside. So now I'm yelling to my wife through the garage door while she's crying with laughter in the kitchen, trying to bring me the keys while wheezing like a dying witch. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that one. I mean, can't say that's ever happened to me, but hey, I mean, it's the first time for everything, right? Wow, these were all really interesting stories. But I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you, and see you in the next one. Peace.